In Palestine, the olive harvesting season is not just about olives. It's about financial, cultural enrichment wrapped up in identity. And in the Jordan Valley on the occupied West Bank, that means violence is never far away. For militant settlers intent on displacing Palestinian farmers here, olive groves are the battleground. We're from Channel 4 News in Britain, not only empowered by the current Israeli administration, funded by them as well. So the quad bike that almost ran us over...
I paid for it, yes.
As an Israeli taxpayer?
As an Israeli taxpayer, yes.
We're following a busload of Israeli human rights activists into the olive groves near the village of Bayt Hassan on the West Bank. So we're approaching the olive groves now. We're in Area B, which means Palestinian civil control, Israeli military control. The activists are here to help a Palestinian family harvest the crop and to monitor the activity of an extremist settler called Moshe Sharvit. His farm, illegal under both Israeli and international law, overlooks the grove. Yes. Even before we arrive, he makes his presence felt, hitting the side of our car. Sharvit believes he has a God-given right to be here on someone else's land. Armed with a gun and a smartphone, he's not bothered about the attention. In fact, he's enjoying this. Privilege by divine decree. He is sanctioned by multiple countries. We literally just arrived, and he came speeding over the hill on a quad. Obviously wants everyone to know that the settlers are here, eyes are on this group. It's an act of intimidation, basically. The international community has imposed sanctions on him and others across the West Bank. The reasons for the British sanctions against Sharvit were because he, quote, used physical aggression, threatened families at gunpoint and destroyed property as part of a calculated effort to displace Palestinian communities. In this case, the Razak extended family. They own the olive grove and have the paperwork to prove it. Sharvit and others are slowly grinding down their farm, from ransacking their home one night to hundreds of acts of sabotage, of fencing, watering systems, olive trees.
حقد عنده بكره العرب يعني ما بحب يشوفهم بده يعيش هو بس بده يعيش على الدنيا هو بدوش عرب من مرة هذا يعني اللي في وجهه بس.
We're interrupted by a phone call from over at the olive grove. Israeli soldiers have arrived and are asking for people's ID. This woman's brother-in-law has left his at home. She's too afraid to go there herself for now, so asks us to bring it to him.
From his family, not her husband. He's there. Okay. Because the military...
Here's how this works. Sharvit, the settler, manufactures a security incident. The IDF are called in to respond. Then a military exclusion zone is sometimes applied for, which hampers the olive harvest. None of this, of course, features in Moshe Sharvit's online video, where his wife appeals for donations.
There aren't enough Jews living here.
But that's not the only revenue stream. Bayt Hassan researches where settlers get their money from.
The settlements are based on government money. Without the government, there were no settlements at all. All the infrastructure, all the services, everything is coming from the taxpayer, the Israeli taxpayer. Specifically, the settlements that are official get it officially, and those that are, according to the Israeli regulations, considered not to be legal, they also make their way to get money from the government, but this is less official.
That includes grants to illegal settlements like Sharvit's from the Department of Agriculture via regional councils, and grants to look after disadvantaged young people who then become the foot soldiers of harassment. The Israeli Department of Agriculture told us that grazing subsidies are given regardless of a farmer's place of residence. These aren't the only pots of money, though.
There is an organization called Amana, which is very big and strong organization, and they helped the beginning of all those farms.
So what's Amana? It's a very rich, well-connected settlement construction company. The Sharvits are on record saying it helped them set up their farm. Amana was also sanctioned by the British government last month. In leaked audio, Amana's chief executive says supporting illegal outposts was corporate policy.
הגענו ל-100 קילומטר מרובע אחרי 50, קצת למעלה מ-50 שנה. בשלוש שנים האחרונות אנחנו יצאנו להיקף הגדול. יש להם היום שטח של קרוב לפי 2 משטח יישובים הבנויים.
Back on the Palestinian farm after the encounter with the IDF, the activists leave, so do we. And as we do, hear the roar of the settlers' quad come back round again with another threat. The family told us later he put it to them simply this time, leave or die.